I love how Senku always struggles with manual labor. He's me. I can do it, but I don't not built for it, you know? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with Dr. Stone Season 3, finally. It has been a minute since I've gotten back into this, but I really just kind of wanted to get a few things wrapped up before I jumped into this next season. So here we are, Season 3, and I'm very excited to jump in because we had a really fun time in the movie that we watched. I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but at the end of the movie, they're building the ship, they've got the captain, and they've got the two villages now split up between the old village and the new kind of combined Tsukasa and Village of Science people. So I'm very excited to jump into this season. I'm hoping we actually get to leave Japan, but I don't know. The way that the pacing goes in this show, I'm not getting my hopes up too high. That's enough chitter chatter from me. Let's jump into the first episode, which is called New World Map right now. But just before I do, if this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. If you'd like to be notified of when I drop episodes to this show or many other things that I'm reacting to, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Takes you back, bro. It was like a month ago. Can you take a breathe? Just take a breath, I mean? I have a feeling he's going to become our seasonal villain. Why are you so curious about my business? I ain't got time for that. We're getting a little recap in case people forgot. We get it. We need you. Name your price. Better let them know. I really hope it floats, guys. A lot of people don't travel. If you have the ability, people, you need to get out there and travel. The world's a beautiful place. Thank you. A little hairy, y'all almost ended up in, well. Oh my god, calm down, Hook. Okay. Is the snap supposed to do something? Actually, I'm gonna watch the new intro. See what we got. Oh, new character! Another new character! Okay, we got an evil white chef. What the heck's the one with the mustache? Is that Kohaku? Oh, another new character, I think. Smart man. He definitely is a businessman. I don't think it's that good, bro. Yeah, this is primitive. You got fish with a side of fish, and for desserts, no fish. Let's not wish for violence. Yeah, I bet that sucks. I need you to breathe, bro. Huh? My man's not a fan of fish. It's alright, I get it. It is. You're speaking too soon. That greed is good to some degree, but a little too self-serving. I mean, at least his line is. I think that's better than Gorilla Woman. Very true, need to do it. Let's push Senko out of the boat again. Ooh, I want to play this game. Looks like Minecraft. Seriously, make this a game, I'll play it. My god. You know, most sailors live on fish because it's the easiest resource to get, right? There's a handful of salted meats, but fish is typically the main thing they eat. Come on now. Bye, mountain goat. Feral? All goats feral? You ruined the water supply. How are they doing this Minecraft map? That's skill. Wow, you're eating yourself to a heart attack out of greed.
この先誰も飢えて死んだりせずに済むかもしれ
Talk
ない
about what's important. At least you had food to eat.
病になったことなどないじゃないか。
よしてよ、食事中に新規臭い。
How are they ruining dinner? They're being realistic. It's important to remember to be grateful for what you have. If all you've got is fish with a side of fish with more fish, at least it's food.
そう聞いている。
狩猟はどっかで限界が来る。
Very true. And you can't do it in the wintertime, really. At that time.
人類が目指すべきは増えることか。
I mean, I don't know what's the
生き物
goal.
は
It just
皆増える
happens.
ために生まれたのか。
It just happens.
なあ、なんせ農耕始めりゃ食料市場の爆誕でてめえの金が
Right, he's like, let's get to the real reason you're so interested in agriculture,
気
bro.
づいていたか。
But he's not wrong. It still does benefit the people, and it's true. Fish is not the only thing. You need grains and other things you can store in the winter. Believe it or not, even greedy people are capable of caring about people,
なんだよ。
even if it's not their primary concern.
アホほど量作んなきゃなんねえからな。
そこに生えているぞ。
I would say dried.
輝く猫じゃらしが。
Oh,
空から探しまくりゃ自生してんのが速攻見つかるわ。
gotcha. But yes, grains are good. And you also, salted meat was also huge for long trips back in the day. So salted fish, salted pork in particular.
最強の保存食。パンが欲しい。
Pong! They call bread pong too? Koreans also call bread pong. Ma'am, that's not the most effective way to thresh, but alright. I love how Senku always struggles with manual labor. He's me. I can do it, but not built for it, you know?
取り合ってんだ。
Bro, we're not to the point of fine pastry. Let's get bread. Okay?
誰が焼けんだあんなセレブ。
Thank you! Thank you! Who's gonna make that bougie bread?
それもこれも全部作ればいい。
Also, all those breads will not make it more than a few days on a ship.
この村の近辺に種をまくの？
Not too
さ
close.
すがに山間部すぎんだ
Yeah.
ろ。水はけも厳しい。
Drainage. Wouldn't you need a lot of soil too?
とっとと全員叩き起こして働かせまくりゃいいじゃねえか。
Because we don't have the fluid.
食料が足りなくなるから
Oh,
ね。
there's that, yeah.
俺がもっと頑張って集められれば。
Whoa.
案ずるな。
Hi. God.
自然の恵みを取るだけではな
Mother
く、
Nature's charity. Mother Nature's charity is more than enough, actually. But man has been very greedy, and that is the reason why some places have no food.
少しでも日差しよけになったらなって。
Oh, it's cute!
あちゃん、これって食料リーダーの王冠。
Sure. Sure. If that's what keeps you working, take it.
リーダーは誰なのか。みんな
Sure,
で
sure.
誰に従う。
Let him have it, guys.
当然
This
食
kid
料。
doesn't like manual labor either, so. Damn, Magma. Oh, the criminal. Okay. So tired they didn't make it to bed. Aw. Oh, it's Taiju.
だが心配いらんぞ。
大樹くん、嬉しそう。
I guess
俺の両親は小さい頃に亡くなった。
there's the motivation.
もしも家族を蘇らせられるのなら、俺はどんなことだってする。だが無理だ。だからみんなの家族だけは必ず救う。
Noble cause, bro.
出せる。この小さな種があればできる。
Who's gonna tell him that farming is super hard, guys? And it's only one crop.
種埋めたとこに小麦がびっしり伸びてきてるんだよ。
How fast was this?
大樹の方だけよ。なんで俺らのはいきなり伸びんのと思っ
Did
て
you
んだ。
water? Did you dig deep enough?
粉々にした貝殻だ。
Fertilizer.
念のため作って撒いておいたんだ。
You could have shared that secret with the rest of the farms, bro.
てめえは理屈一つ知らねえ雑頭なりにしっかり石灰で中和してたんだよ。
Listen, Taiju's memory, steel trap.
トライアンドエラーしかなかったんだよ
Very
な。
true. But truth, I mean, Taiju doesn't always understand, but he remembers things perfectly. That Magma tearing up. He's so proud. Taiju deserves the hat. Sorry, guys. Like a glove.
速攻で石化の謎を解いて全人類を復活させる。 そそるぜこれ
We're
は
back to exhilaration. All right, that's good. Everybody is dreaming up food they're not ready for yet.
実際の大航海時代に船に
It's very
積まれ
true
た
though, actually. If you don't do bread right, it can be exactly so hard you can't even eat it.
石窯のパンだ
I think you cooked it a little too long.
楽しいな
A lot of fun. Oh, they're so sweet. It's terrible. Don't do it, Tenku.
声すぎてまずすぎて食べられないのが
It's burned.
千空たちは今頃テストで焼いてふっくら美味しい
Do
パン
they
を
have
腹いっ
yeast?
ぱい
That
食べて
doesn't
い
look
る
like
の
bread
か
that
な
has any yeast in it. I mean, not that all bread has yeast.
たまる違うか
地球の裏側まで大航海時代進んにゃっ
I'd
て
say so.
プロのシェフを叩き起こすハモったね
Wow. I mean, they're both greedy, just in different ways. Senku's greedy about science, and the other guy is just greedy about everything else. But that is a cute start to the season. Much like we've had for all the seasons, we kind of have this prep work that Senku always feels is necessary before we can actually get on the journey. As I said in the beginning, I don't know if we're even going to see actual travel this season. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't, but that's okay, because they always make it so fun to see the journey of how we even get to, you know, being ready to make a journey. And this show is so great in that it really does think about all these things that we take for granted in our day and age, like the fact that food is readily available. Like if you live in a city environment, which I'd say about probably 60% of the population of the world does, we have food readily available, especially if you're in the West. You're gonna, you know, you can just drive a few minutes or walk depending on where you are, and there's a grocery store or a convenience store, and there's bread, there's vegetables, there's milk, there's eggs, there's basically everything that you need to have a fairly balanced diet and survive. You just need to have money. So the fact that we had that, like, we take for granted because most of us have grown up, at least if we're alive today, we've grown up with those conveniences. But several thousand years ago, that was not the case. Everything was farm to table, right? I mean, there were vendors. Vendors have been around for a very long time, but it wasn't like it is now, right? You know, if there was someone who made bread, if you didn't make bread yourself, there would be like a bread vendor and he'd only have like maybe 20 loaves for the whole day. And if you didn't get in there in time to buy one of those 20 loaves, you didn't get a loaf of bread that day, or maybe that week, depends on how often they were able to bake. Same thing with crops and vegetables. There was only so many. Like, people didn't do mass commercial farming like we see today. It was just like manageable farms for usually one family or a family with a handful of employees. And that still was not typically enough to feed an entire village. And that's why you needed to do trading with a lot of other places. So all of that to say, we've come a long way with agriculture. And I really like how they showed that, you know, way back when, one of the earlier challenges that man had was, how do we feed ourselves when we can't access other types of foods? So if you lived in an environment where you have 4 seasons like Japan or Canada or the northern United States, in the wintertime, you can't go fishing. I mean, we can now. We figured out now how you can go on certain places and you can ice fish. But back in the day, once the lake froze over, people weren't fishing in there anymore, or the rivers, or actually rivers never freeze. But you get my point. If it was not possible to get, for example, fish, and you can't plant certain crops, what do you do? How do you make sure you have food over the wintertime, right? How do you keep food from going bad? And that's where the invention of things like refrigeration happened. And as I mentioned before, salting food, salting meats in particular, so that they could last a long time and not mold and go bad while you wait to eat them. Figuring out how to do preserves, right? That's just something else I feel like we're probably going to see Senku do soon as well. He talked about it in season 2 as well. But yeah, how to take vegetables and fruits, put them in certain liquids, and you can preserve them for months and months or even years. So all these types of inventions that man has done has been out of a necessity to feed themselves when food is not as readily available, or certain foods are not readily available. But yeah, I really like that we're just foraying into this and seeing how Senku is coming to a conclusion of how to fix this problem. And we've got some food on the way. And again, figuring out what kind of food they're going to be able to use that will last for, I mean, gosh, Japan to South America in a small boat without, you know, a propulsion system. Yeah, they're looking at least a couple of months. So that's a long time, and they're gonna need a decent amount of food, and a food that's not gonna go bad. So, but yeah, looking forward to seeing how the rest of the prep's gonna go and the rest of the season. And I enjoyed this episode a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed watching with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.